got you, yes he do. If you got spirit.
So I was totally just gonna do like a how men view you type of reading with a twist, but I was like, what's the twist gonna be? You know what? That's enough with the twist. How about this? How this one specific man views you, like what's their next move? Because realistically, I get asked that question several times a day, every day, doing personal readings. Like, how does he feel about me? What's his intentions? What's his next move? Let's just do that. So instead of how do men view you, how does this one man view you? What is he thinking? What's going on? From his perspective, let's do that instead. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. How this works is that you're just gonna pick a card, pick an image on the screen with your third eye, not your first or second eye, your third eye. And sometimes you may be intuitively drawn to more than one pile. You know, you may like 1 and 3. You may like 2 and 1. I don't know. Watch as many as you want. Some people just say screw the whole pick a pile process and just watch the whole reading and get nuggets of information out of all of them, like intuitively. Because I say intuitively because you are using your intuition, your own psychic gifts, your own, you know, whatever that is that you got going on in there. I'm just doing the heavy lifting and the yapping. Like, so if you found this reading, it's for you. It's about framing it in a way that's going to be useful for you. Don't make something fit that doesn't need to fit, that's not for you at all. Like, it's not a personal reading, you know. If you would like a personal reading where it should all resonate and give you the that you need, you can definitely text my line. I have a dedicated phone line just for us where I can give you readings, same day readings, no appointment. So if you like, I need to talk to Dap real quick, hit me up. I got you, boo. The number's gonna be on the screen in the reading, and I get back to you pretty quick, by the way. Like I say, my intention is the same day stuff. So, and I've been loving connecting with y'all. Like, oh my God, I've connected with so many people who have been watching my channel or been watching videos, and it's so much fun to kind of connect on a personal level like that, and not just this parasocial thing. But hopefully, I'm of service and good use to somebody. Put myself out there like that, but I don't want to ramble. I would like to ask y'all to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That does signal to YouTube that this is something worth watching. And I always want to make content that's worth watching. So you can help me out that way if you would like to. But other than that, I'm easy breezy, happy go lucky. I'm ready to do it. Let's get into it. See you at your reading. Bye for now.
If you got spirit, spirit got you.
Pile number 1, welcome to your reading on his next move, also his current thoughts and feelings, as well as the current energy of the relationship from their perspective. Whole reading is going to be from his perspective. I was thinking about how do men view you, but I was like, what if it was just one specific man? Because that's the question I normally get, like when I'm doing personal readings. So I was like, why not? Let's do that. But we're going to start off with some of these oracle cards and see what comes up. And this is going to be like the vibe of the connection, or like where this person is kind of coming from. Take these as like little intuitive hits that speak to your own intuition before we get into like a deeper dive with the cards. I'm seeing justice, legal matters, court visit, legal papers, divorce. Also, I normally just see this card as karma. That's almost like a karmic contract, a soul contract, a karmic relationship, meaning that there's a very powerful lesson that needs to be learned about the self that comes through interacting with this person or engaging with this person in a romantic relationship, like a mirror of sorts. It's not necessarily fated to be your forever after, because no relationship is. That's a choice, but it is very much fated in terms of like, this is supposed to be something that you meant to engage with, a person that you have no choice whether or not that you are going to engage with this person, because like the connection or the attraction is so strong. It's also you feel pulled towards them because that's the contract. You're supposed to meet this person. Now where it goes from here, like whether it's 5 years or 50 years or 5 minutes or whatever, that's up to how y'all treat each other and what y'all decide to do. But the destiny here was in the fact that you're ready to learn this lesson, and so are they. So we're gonna push you together and see what happens. That's the universe, you know. Let's just see what happens. Terms again. Working out, begging, negotiating. Justice, terms. Okay. Coffee date. Meeting up. Planning. Discussion. Dating multiple people. Side piece. Mistress flirting with others, the other woman, secret hookup. So this entanglement, I'm calling it an entanglement, feels like complicated. Like the nature in which that we decided to get together, or our own personal circumstances, especially theirs, may be a little bit complicated, a little bit messy, so to speak. Meaning like they may be already in a relationship for somebody. I don't know. Take it if that resonates. Or they may be somebody who is kind of confused about where they're going or what they want. Like they don't know what they want. Like maybe they were like just trying to have something casual, and then it's like now I'm starting to catch feelings. Or like maybe this was a friends with benefits situation. I don't know. There's a million different ways that this could have played out in a way that's like unconventional, or like say sticky situations. But it's giving a sticky situationship. And now this person feels called to like make a very defining, deliberate decision moving forward. Like, what are the terms? You know, like what are we doing here? You know, because then maybe you may have asked it like, okay, so what is this again? Like, what is this now? Like, I know we said what it was when we started, but that's not the case. What is it now? You know. And whether they can answer that or not, I don't know. Let's see. But it's very much giving like we started this as a very casual, very, you know, kind of thing, and now it's like it's turning into something that's very much not casual. You know, it's like what was supposed to be easy is very much not that anymore. Take it for however it fits, but where the current energy from like their view or their perspective is the High Priestess. There's a lot that's unsaid, but just simply felt, right? What I mean by that is like, whatever the rules are or the expectations are in this relationship, or like the conditions or whatever, they're not explicitly stated. You know, they're more like reading between the lines. It's almost like this dance that y'all are doing. Like, I'm gonna test the waters with this one little thing and see how you react to it, and I'm gonna pull back. You know, I'm gonna dip my toe in a little bit, test, see how what that feels like, see how you react to it, and then I'm gonna pull back. You know, instead of just like coming out and saying, "Hey, I want this," or like, "Maybe we should try this." It's like it's just kind of poking and running, poking and hiding, or like saying some slick stuff, gauging your response, and then taking that as data. I think y'all both do that. and it's something very intuitive about this connection. More like you're feeling through it. You're feeling your way through it instead of like actively engaging and really talking about it. You both are doing a lot of assuming and not a lot of actual taking, like being assertive about it. You know, it's a lot of assuming, but it's not necessarily giving a lot of assurance. You know, get what I'm saying? A lot of guessing. Why is that? I think maybe on one side, from their perspective, they don't want to like seem like they're overstepping or breaking whatever the initial terms were, or like whatever, and you don't want to come off as like maybe too much, or like you're changing it up, or like you like no one wants to be the one that's changing the dynamic, even though the dynamic's already changed. Okay. like something is shifting either way. It's like, but neither one of you want to be the one to call it what it is, to name it, and that's the issue. That's the issue. The Page of Cups. It's something very, from their perspective, kind of immature, very on the surface, when it's really deeper than that. Very much deeper than that. And they can't walk away from it either. It's like you and this person probably have both been like, why don't we just be done with it already? Like, why am I putting myself through, like, do I just like to torture myself? Like, is this what it is? Do I hate myself? Is that what this is? Do I not love myself? Because if I love myself, I would not be doing this with you. And that's not really the case. You know, it's like that's part of the karmic thing. It's like, you're going to be really strongly attracted to this person. It's not going to make a lot of sense. Like, why am I attracted to this person? Lord, why? Like, I don't understand. That's the point. They can't walk away. You can't either, because there's something specific that you're meant to learn. There's something whether that is what you're willing to put up with, what you like, can you speak on your desires? What are you willing to do in this connection? It says a lot about you and them. All right. but they can't walk away. That's the current energy. I can't walk away, but I can't say what I want either. How they feel about the connection, like where they're coming from in that sense, how they feel, the thoughts, the Wheel of Fortune reversing. Now this pile is actually the Wheel of Fortune. I didn't plan this. The cards came out that way. So it's like, that tells me a lot, especially since the Wheel of Fortune comes up in reverse on my end. It's like saying the timing, the synchronicity, like it feels like this is supposed to be something. This feels important. This feels like the universe holding a neon sign saying, ding, 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 right over here. This is something. Look at this. Play with this. Ah! And it's like, but why? That's for you to find out. They also feel like maybe the connection itself has taken a turn. Like maybe we've been arguing. Maybe it's like we are doing this thing where like we're missing the point. We're missing each other's like intentions. We're misreading things, miscommunications. It's a lot of stuff. But it's like, what does it boil down to? Ten of Wands. This has become a lot heavier than either one of us had anticipated. They feel like this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. And it's extreme. It's like, I feel everything in extremes with you. The tens come out, like the 10 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10. It's like, whatever. If this was supposed to be casual, y'all did a horrible job at that shit. Like y'all messed that up completely. Casual, light, easy. I don't get none of that energy from none of these cards, okay? I'm going to keep it a buck. Ain't nothing easy about anything with this situation. And it's like, and it's not just that, it's like, I think this person also has like things going on in their actual life outside of you, which makes it just even more like, oh my God. Like if it was just this, then maybe, but like on top of like their chaos, they may have like chaos in their life or something like that. And it's like, they just feel like I cannot deal. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And there's an energy of like patience. Somebody doesn't have any. And maybe it's both of y'all, but in different ways. I feel like you're short on patience in one way. Like you're oh God, bro, like you're really testing my patience here. And I don't think you have a hard time like explaining that you're getting on my nerves. And they're like, okay, I got this going on. It's like not mixing signals, but like fired signals that just kind of, it's like y'all are both just shooting into the ethers and missing each other, and like it's like we're both on different pages, we both have different expectations. It's almost giving me, I'm seeing like a peg, like a square peg trying to be jammed into a round ass hole. Like get in there, make this fit. This is supposed to be something. Like what is this? Like both of you have different ideas of what this is supposed to be, and you're both trying to mold each other into that thing that neither one of y'all necessarily want to be. Like you have different ideas about what this connection is, and you're trying to make the other person fit that imagined ideal, right? But the thing about that is you're doing it without speaking about it. It's like it's expectations. My expectations are different from your expectations, and we don't know that because we're not communicating about what our expectations even are. It's a case of that. It's a case of that, okay? It's a case of that. You may end up feeling like you're waiting forever for something, and they feel like they have less and less patience for whatever the tension is, because they like neither one of you want to name it. And if you have named it, it's like you're not understanding what it is that they're really. It's almost like that. Like even if y'all do talk and have these conversations, it's like whatever is really being said is being missed. You know, like however y'all are interpreting what is said is still being missed. I don't know. It's like speaking two different languages. Maybe there is a language barrier or some shit. Like I don't know. But it's like it's frustrating for me. I'm just the reader. I'm like, what the hell? Two of Pentacles. At the end of the day, I do feel like this person's juggling. So they may be having a hard time just focusing on one person or the idea of one connection. It's like they're trying to do too much. They're literally trying to do way too much. And it's coming off to you as like, you're not serious. Or like, what are you doing? What am I? It's frustrating. I don't know why they're like that or what they're doing, but it's like they can't walk away from you, but they can't completely just stand in front of you either. What's the next move? What do they want to do next? The Knight of Swords. All right. This can go two different ways. They want to run towards you or far the hell away from you. Like, I don't know. Maybe both at the same time, but like they're reaching a boiling point or a point where it's like, I have to do something. say the thing that needs to be said out loud and blurt it out, or just say screw it, rip off the band-aid and make a move. What that move is going to be different for everybody, but action is going to be taken. Like serious, like gonna do it, like kind of shit. Like the Hierophant in reverse comes up, and I feel like for a lot of y'all it's going to come in the form of like, let's not define anything, right? I don't want a conventional traditional thing, but we can make up our own rules. Like what are we trying to do? And we'll set rules and regulations and expectations, but from the place of what works for us and not what we should be doing. What's the right thing to do? They don't want to hear that. They want to be way more nuanced in that. It's giving a person who does not want to be tied down in a sense. So if you're a person that respects that, or a person that's like, I don't really need that, I just didn't want to know what the fuck this is, then you'll work out fine. But if you're someone who's like, no, I want the ring, I want this, I want the commitment, I want the house, I want the kids, I want the picket fence, I want the la la la, that ain't for you, babe. You are barking up the wrong ass tree. This is what it is. Sign up in the comments on how this resonated. If this resonated, signs I see is Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius. And remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Book a reading. Do that.
Blessings in all we do. Spirit guide you.
What's up, pal number 2? Welcome to your reading on their next move, or his next move, but also his current feelings about the relationship, how he sees the current energy playing out so far, as well as how he feels and thinks about you in the relationship. So this is all gonna be from his perspective, of course, because I'm sure you know how you feel, but I thought it'd be interesting to kind of see how this one guy feels about you in the connection, right? Because I feel like it gets asked a lot in my personal reading, so like, why not? So instead of like, how do men view you? How does this man view you? Pretty much. So far looking at the spread, it's almost giving cute. It's kind of giving cute. It don't matter how old you are, or like or anything like that. It's giving puppy love in a sense, or like, you make me feel young again. However you want to put it. It's like it's giving almost like crush energy. So you may not necessarily have to spend a lot of time with this person in real life, or you may not have actually like gotten to know each other on the deepest levels yet, and we're still in that phase of like, oh, like basically imagining what it would be like type of vibes. First card out though, in the oracles we have shattered, crushed, sadness, broken heart, panic attack. Oh, the uncertainty of it all, right? Huh. Gamble, taking a risk, poker face, not showing feelings, or rolling the dice. Ascending, learning, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. This card makes the most sense out of the oracle cards, out of the oracle cards so far. The new phase, that preparing for union. I'll tell you why in a second. Bottom of the deck is moving. Boxed up, environment change, empty shell. So this kind of, all right. What I'm getting from these oracle cards, by the way, the oracle cards aren't necessarily speaking on the actual dynamic between you two, but just kind of like, just use them as like little dingers for your own intuition of like, oh, you know, like little synchronistic things. But how I'm putting it together for myself for this reading, with Shattered and Gamble, this person may be, I ain't gonna lie to you, a little bit emotionally immature when it comes down to relationships, and I don't mean that in like on a horrible way, like in a malignant way. That's not that. It's more like, no matter how successful this person may be, or how confident they may be in other areas of their life, like they have a great job, they can be really responsible, it can be all of that. When it comes down to their heart, and when it comes down to their feelings and how to express them, there's something a little bit stunted about it, or something a little bit like, not naive, but like young about it. Like maybe they haven't had a whole lot of experience in different relationships, or maybe they didn't have good role models growing up on how to like process or self-regulate. Kind of comes to mind. This person may have like a lot of anxiety. And you may also have anxiety. I mean, it may be a thing that they kind of like, it may be two neurotic ass people like recognizing themselves in each other. That could be a thing. But with Shattered and Gamble, it's almost like this person is very afraid of rejection. They're terrified of rejection. And there's this element of like feeling, wow, you interested in me? Me? It don't matter what this person looked like, or they have a hard time feeling like a catch. You know? They have a hard time feeling like that, like a catch. So it's almost like you coming into their orbit, the way they are idealizing you, or at least the way the pedestal they have set you on, kind of feels like I am not worthy. I'm not worthy. You're gonna figure out that I'm not worthy, and you're gonna like just and leave me. Like you're taking a gamble on me. Like they feel like you're taking the gamble, and they feel like they're the ones like winning a prize that they didn't necessarily even expect to win. That's kind of like how it's kind of coming across. But it's like, but they also know if they were to show that, it would come off as like really weak and ill and like, you know, an ick, and you would definitely leave them. So it's like they have to have a poker face, almost like, yeah, of course you want me, right? Like it's kind of giving that. It's like they're trying to believe it themselves, but they really don't believe it. But there's something about you, specifically you. I know I said that they're kind of immature, maybe in like navigating relationships or whatever, and that's true from my perspective. But it's like there's something about your energy, or like how you come at them or interact with them. It's like you just kind of make them melt into a little ball of like, they're forgetting the words a little bit. They're like they're stumbling over the words. They're losing themselves, like looking at you and shit, because it's like they can't focus. It's like they have a hard time keeping it together around you. And that's just to speak of like how much you kind of spark something very tender in them. That's the only way I can put it. It feels nice. I'm not trying to oversell it, but it's like you have an effect on this person, probably stronger than you realize. The Page of Cups is the energy of like how they view the connection as it is right now. It's sweet. It's very sweet. Like I said, it's a little bit crush energy. But the Page of Cups to me is like that oh, I like you type of energy. Like it's got the butterflies. Like whenever they think about you, it's the I hope I'm not messing this up. I hope you like me back. I hope it's like it's also a little silliness to it. Like and a lot of imagining. It's a lot of I wonder what this person's like when they do this. I wonder if I said this, what would they say? How do they feel about that? Or I wonder if they like see it's that they spend a lot of time, a lot more time has been spent inside of their head in this relationship than in real life. And I could just speak to like how new the connection is. There could also be an age difference or age gap in this connection as well. You may be older, they may be older, but it may be like a significant little age gap for some of y'all. Also see the Four of Cups. Speaks back to this idea. There may also have been some tension regarding like how we give and receive affection or attention. Meaning you definitely kind of have like different love languages. But you may have like this person may have like came at you at one point or like hit on you or like offered, something, and like you may not have been interested or been in the right place and been like, politely thank you, but no thank you. You may have rejected them in a sense, or they walked away feeling rejected. And so like when things kind of spin the block or like another opportunity comes, you may be like, okay, well sure, I'll give this person a chance or something like that. It may have been nothing to you, but this person, they see it this way, like you didn't want me at first or something like that, or like you rejected, like, or it could be the other way around. Like maybe they weren't in a good place and they were like, no, we can't do this. And now it's come back around and like, what was I thinking? And like, it's giving them, there was a stop and a start. And right now you're back in the start. So take that how that resonates. But there's also this energy of like different love languages. This person is offering a cup, a painted cup, but the person they're offering it to, they're watching TV like, yeah, I got a lot of cups. I got real cups sitting on top of the thing. That's a painting. I don't want that. Yeah, that's nice, babe. That's cute, but no. It's giving someone felt a little bit like, kind of brushed off a little bit. Maybe it wasn't in a dramatic way, but things kind of come back around, another opportunity, another context, and now we're locked in, we're interested. And so there's something about that hasn't necessarily been resolved, or it really affects how like this person's like, I hope this works out this time, You may also have families that very different. Like, something about the family dynamic is different. I don't know what that means. It's kind of like came pop in my head. Like, you may be from different cultural backgrounds, or like one of y'all may have kids and the other one doesn't, or something like that. The idea of family may be different. One may be really close to their family, another one may be completely estranged. Who are they? I'm adopted. Like, I don't know. But how they feel about the connection, their feelings and thoughts. We have the Fool, ready to just take a leap. It's a new. It's like, this feels new. This is great. Even if you do have history with this person, it feels new. You're not picking up where you left off. You're starting completely new. Hi, my name is, and you know, that's beautiful, and it has a lot of hope to that. There's a lot of this idea of like, we can really make this whatever we want to be. It's almost like a blank canvas is what I'm kind of seeing. It's like clean slate. This can be whatever it needs to be. Like wherever we go from here is on us, but it's like, it doesn't feel heavy, you know? I see the Seven of Cups, meaning that this connection has a lot of fantasy built into it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a good thing if it's acknowledged and understood, but there's a high probability of one of y'all or both of y'all projecting onto the other, or wanting to live in that place of the fantasy and not necessarily reality. I think your person is more like that, really. Like, let me experience this how I'm experiencing it. I don't care about the reality of it. I want to let me have this, like, whatever this is in my head, I need it to be like that in real life. If it's not like that in real life, let me just keep projecting onto it until like it looks like that. That can be the toxic part. Another way of looking at it is that both of you seem to have options. Like, you very much chose this connection. You're not with this person out of need. You're not with this person because you feel like we trauma bonded, we have to be. No, it's like, we chose to be, like, we're here because we want to be here. And that's powerful in itself. But I do feel like there's an element of like fantasy that can be a warning. Like, when the honeymoon phase is over and the bubble kind of bursts a little bit, are we strong enough, and are we stable enough in ourselves to be able to see this to a more realistic, practical, grounded thing? Because right now we're just in the air. We're just floating it, like, with hearts and clouds in the sky. It's kind of how it feels. And there's resistance with that too, because with the next move, here comes the friction. The Hangman. This person would rather just, why we gotta change anything? Why we gotta move anywhere? I don't want to move forward or backwards. I just want to sit right here on this little cloud and just be here. And that's all cute and you know, kind of, it's kind of cute and whatever, but like, eventually, you know, like, everything it changes, you know, like, everything should be evolving because everything is moving. That's the one constant thing that we have in this universe, is that things are going to remain moving. And when we're like, if you're not moving, it's still technically moving, maybe in the wrong way. But this person just wants to like camp out in this feeling of like just suspended in, just right there. Don't stop. Here we are. And let's just stay right here forever. I wish I could just stay here forever in this blissful, like, lovey-dovey, what are we, hopeful. It's like, because there aren't any real problems yet that they can perceive. Whether you perceive them or not, they don't feel like there are any real problems. So like, let's just be in this bubble and like fall into it, you know? Not even fall into it, just hang there. The Ten of Wands, because there's the warning. They feel like whenever there is that moment of like, let's come back to reality, now it's work. Now this isn't perfect. This is now what am I, now I'm shattered. Yeah, the illusion. This person may be the type where it's like the accountability of it all now, like the responsibility of it all now. Like, oh my God, now this isn't fun anymore. And I'm not saying that they're gonna be like that. This is what this person is not necessarily this is not their strongest point. It's not the strongest suit. It's like, it depends, like, everybody's situation is gonna be different. It's a relationship between y'all. But from my perspective in these cards, it's like they want to be in this lovey-dovey bubble, but they don't necessarily look forward to have to deal with like real conflict and real issues and real life when it happens. It's like they may not fully understand what growth is and what building a real solid relationship kind of looks like. It's friction and it's conflict. You cannot grow with a person if there is no element of tension or conflict or whatever. The conflict in itself isn't bad. It's how you deal with that conflict. And if you deal with it in a healthy way, a vulnerable way, an honest way, it will definitely make the relationship stronger. That's the only way that you will grow, is if there is some kind of tension, some kind of that make you both have to kind of face each other. And that's in that situation in an understanding way. So it's like, it's part of, if you want to grow, if you want this to be a real love, then you have to be able to brave the bad weather, because it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be sunny all the time. But that depends on whatever choice that y'all make. But the signs I see: Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Aquarius. Sound up in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, you can always book a personal reading. And remember, guys, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.
Divination, he got you. Yes, he do. If you got.
What's up, pile number 3? Welcome to your reading on his next move. And not just his next move, we're going to also look at the truth of the connection, or where you're currently at from their perspective. This whole reading is going to be from their perspective, by the way. Give you insight from like their point of view. But we'll also look at their thoughts and feelings about the current situation in you. And then, of course, what their next move is, right? But we're going to build up to that. Starting with some of these oracle cards, see what comes up. By the way, you got all cups, by the way, which is not something that happens a lot when I do these readings. The 9 of cups, 3 of cups, 2 of cups. That's significant. This person is all in their feelings, for better or for worse. But this is a person who is very connected to their emotions, even if they don't necessarily display them in a very outward way. They feel things very deeply. This is not a person who lacks empathy. You know, this is a person who may get swept away by their own desires, or get really moved by what makes them feel things. So it's like, we'll get more into that. But the first card out is jealousy, rumors, pettiness, being envious, talking behind back. And by the way, these cards just kind of like give the vibe of the connection itself, or like maybe especially like from where they're coming from. So we have jealousy, finality, differences, divorce, break up, not looking back. What did I say about emotions? They're there. Like waves, in and out, crashing and unpredictable. Very emotional person. Could be dealing with any water sign. For sure, any water sign. Taurus, also Taurus. Taurus, I say Taurus because even though it's an earth sign, Taurus is all about the senses. It's like Taurus is the zodiac sign that's tied to the 5 senses, like what things taste like, feel like, what you hear, like all those things. Like it's a very sensory sign, and so that very much affects emotions. So I can see this being any water sign or Taurus. But so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. But bottom of the deck. Surprise, unexpected action, spontaneous, showing up, unexpected change. All right. So for me, even though we have jealousy and finality, I don't necessarily see this as bad. I think this is where they're coming from. The jealousy and the jealousy in itself, especially for like a man, I'm not seeing it as a toxic thing. We all have jealousy sometimes. We all feel jealous. We all feel envy. It's an emotion. It's an emotion. I don't believe it's necessarily a negative trait in a person. It's like, how often does this person let their jealousy take over them? You know, jealousy can be a sign of somebody who is just really protective, or really maybe even insecure about the thing that they either want, or the thing that they wish they had, or the thing that they have, you know? I guess that's the difference between jealousy and envy. I think jealousy is when you're afraid and insecure about someone taking what's yours, right? Right? Like when you feel like someone's kind of coming in and would take what you already have away from you. Envy is more so when you covet somebody else's thing. Like, I want what you have. I wish I had that. That's envy. Jealousy, you already have it. You're just afraid that someone's going to take it. So that makes sense. Finality comes up as well with differences, divorces, breakup, not looking back. This person may have gone through a tremendous, like a huge, say, relationship loss before you. This person may have been literally divorced, a long-term relationship. This person, like, I'm not saying that they were right or wrong in the connection. It's just that they were very affected by, say, the loss of that kind of love, like that heartbreak. So I think even when they're not conscious of it, or even when they're not even in a reference, in a place of reference in terms of like that old relationship, it still affects everything that they do, in a sense, because it's something that kind of imprinted on them. So this person may come across as like reactive sometimes, or like you may say something or do something that you think is fine or whatever, and it's like they may have a strong reaction to certain things, and it's almost like giving PTSD a little bit, like it's like, you know, the flashbacks. I'm not saying that you remind them of their ex either. I'm not getting that, but I feel like a lot of the things that they went through with an ex, they kind of get a little jaded or a little bit traumatized a little bit when they see a pattern that may not even be at all tied to what happened to them in that old relationship. So they have baggage, is what I'm saying. Long story short, it's a little bit of baggage. So to give you more of a clue, this person may have been a victim of cheating. Like they may have dated somebody that they're really in love with, and they may not have been able to stay faithful to them, like their partner, like their ex-partner. They could have, and it comes out all kinds of ways. I'm seeing like someone who got pregnant by somebody else. I'm seeing somebody who was never fully committed or faithful to this person, no matter what they did, and they just couldn't shake them. It's giving that. It's giving more on the receiving end of that. So I'm only building up to this to kind of let you know where this person is coming from, right? Because where you're at in the relationship currently, with the 9 of Cups, it's not an obsession. It is a strong desire for you. It's a strong desire for you. It's almost like, I want this to work so bad with everything in my body. Like, it feels almost perfect. It feels so good. And it's giving like, and the 9 of Cups for me is the ultimate wish card. I think you hear readers say that or refer to as wish, because it is. It's literally the feeling that you get whenever like that thing that you really, really wanted, that you didn't even think that you're probably gonna get, ends up like, there you are, blessed, presented to you on a silver platter. You know, it's like you feel lucky. The 4 of Pentacles comes up as well, which lets me know that this person they have all this desire built up, right? But they are also almost terrified to fully like fall into it, you know? The 4 of Pentacles is about being measured. It's a person like putting their stuff away in the safe. That's their feelings. That's their time. That's their energy. It's like, because they know if they were to just completely let themselves just flow into it, or just like let the floodgates up, it's like they would go so deep. It's like there would be nothing you can do to this person that would make them be like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like you would get away with murder with this person, and they know that about themselves. So it's like they're trying to have this measured approach of like, no, I'm dipping my toes in. I'm pacing myself, because I already know once I really, really fall for you, that's it. Like that's it. You gonna have a hard time getting rid of me, is what they say. It's like it's that energy. This person is low-key a softie. I think they try to put on up a front like, I have boundaries, and this is what it's like every boundary they put up is not really for you. It's not really to protect anything other than the fact that they are terrified of the idea of falling into that situation where they lose their inhibitions and someone takes advantage of that and just kind of like, you know, bats it down, or like they hand their heart to somebody and, you know, you take it, look at it, and just throw it in the trash. Like, I think that's what's happened to them before. And it's giving kind of like, I know it's coming off as like, oh, that's pathetic. It is, I can see that. But this person has been through it, is what I'm trying to say. And I think, and with you, I don't know if y'all went into this situation with the understanding that we're going to be like romantic. It may have really been harmless or platonic. Like this could have been a coworker. This could have been a friend or an acquaintance. This could have been just someone that you casually known for a while, and things just kind of like leaned into real romantic, right? Because how they feel about you, or the current feelings, it's like the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups, there's something about a comfort. I don't know if you were there like around their breakup, or like if you kind of helped each other move through something that was like similar, or like you've seen them at their worst already, or something like that. But it's like there's a built-in layer of friendship, camaraderie. Like there's a foundation that's already there. Like I like this person, even if that's not the case. Like you don't know this person, like that. They feel like we're friends first. Like I like you. It's not just romantic. It's not like I'm just trying to like be this knight in shining armor thing, or just have this romance with you. No, I genuinely want to just sit on the couch and kick it with you. Like all the romantic stuff aside, right? So it's like this energy of like I honestly truly enjoy you. Clarify that. We have the Emperor. Yeah, you could have definitely met this person at work, or work has a big component to this. Take that however it fits. There's also a sense of structure to this dynamic, or they feel like that, like something about this person like screams structure. Like things have to go this way. You may find this person to be very particular. Like they have to have things in a certain type of way just to function. Like the Emperor kind of comes up that way, and you may also be kind of similar. I don't see you being a very passive person, because I don't think that would intimidate them as much. I think you come up as the Emperor, and so does this person. So we have two Emperors here. That's interesting. So like, what if this could be like a dynamic where it's like we have two men or two women together? That could be a thing. The gender doesn't really matter, but this Emperor energy is like saying there's a built-in sense of structure to the dynamic. I keep seeing these fours as well. Like there's rules to this. Like I want to do things the right way. I don't want to just pop up on you, or like I don't want to just be spontaneous all the time, because there's very specific ways I have to move through this. Otherwise I'm going to not be able to maintain it, contain it, or do much with it. You know what I'm saying? This person may also have a lot of spoken or unspoken non-negotiables. You know, like it may be really hard to for this person to be flexible, but it may also be really hard for you to be flexible too. So it may be this situation where you both have like similar non-negotiables or similar boundaries anyway, so it just makes it a little easier. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of friction there. I do feel like this person is very, very particular, but I kind of feel like the way about you too, though. Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and hate the unexpected. I don't like the things I can't expect. You know, this doesn't feel like a very impulsive person. It feels like a person who's always trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And you probably the same way. I think that's where y'all kind of find similarities, or you see each other within each other. Like you're like me, you know. And this kind of comes up as like finishing each other's sentences, or like being able to say, "Oh, I know how you're gonna respond to that." Like it's kind of giving that. It's almost like there's a built-in layer of like, I kind of know you. I feel like I know you. You know, maybe you do. But what's their next move? The Two of Cups. Quit playing. They said, quit playing. Let's just go. You know what? I know I've been fighting this thing so hard. I don't want to like let my walls down. I don't want. I can't take it anymore. Let's just give into it. Fuck it. We're a couple. You know, it's like, and this is where they're likely headed. From the Three of Cups, that foundation of friendship, to the Two of Cups, we're a partnership. Like it's us. It's no longer I. It's we. Clarify the Two of Cups. Queen of Swords. And it comes in the most rational way too. Like, and it's like, it doesn't come in like in this big romantic gesture, or this huge, like grandiose type of like seen it on TV type, rom-com type of way. It comes in a very intentional, almost not cold, but like rational way. Like, well, this makes sense. Like, how about you just move your stuff in? Like, it's almost like the logical next step, you know? There's no real huge, oh, take my breath away moment with it. It's like, it's the thing that seems to make the most sense. And it comes from both parties. Judgment, it's our truth. Like we should be together. This is what it is. Let's just do it. Now, the moment that actually happens may be influenced by something, and only take this if it resonates. The Empress finally shows up. Surprise! Somebody may be having a baby. Take that only if it resonates. But something there with that. But signs I see so far. Well, signs I see in general. Libra, all the water signs. Remember, the heavy water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn, Aries. That's about it. Sound off in the comments when that was resonating. You can always book a personal reading if you would like one. The number's on the screen for you. Just text me, boo. But remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do.